Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Unhuntables with myself and Grosey Coin Hunts.
Hello, I've just fixed them.
Oh, fantastic. So we're a little bit late recording, partly my fault, but then mostly Grosey's fault now because what have you just done, Grosey?
Well, one of my lenses in the glasses just came out, so I've just been trying to put that together, and Christopher's been like, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
I've been 20 minutes going, come on Grosey, come on Grosey, come on Grosey. No, we are ready, raring and going. So today we're doing another episode, of course, of the Unhuntables, where we hunt through the off denominations, looking for interesting things. Ideally an NIFC, so a coin that was not minted for circulation, but we'll take a territory, a foreign coin, something of interest instead. Or now more than the new definitives, I guess, would be quite an exciting find, wouldn't it?
I think my bag is dated 2024.
Oh, there we go. So maybe it'll happen.
Did they say that 2Ps are?
So I think we got confirmation, or at least loose confirmation, that every denomination bar the £2 coin has been minted for circulation. We'll circle back to that in a moment. The one thing I want to point out is in the description is an updated list of everything that we're looking for in the 3 denominations we do in the Unhuntables. We may add more denominations in the future, but for now we're happy with the 3 that we've got. But yes, just circle back to what Grosey said about things going into circulation. They have obviously confirmed the 50p is out in circulation. People have started finding them, and I'm very jealous of it. You found one yet, Grosey?
I haven't, but no. I think they're going to be quite scarce though, from what I've heard on the street, so to speak. Yeah.
What Grosey heard on the street.
I don't know whether well, finish what you were going to say. We can talk about that as a topic. Go on.
Okay. But yes, so we know the 50p has the £1 is based off of a photograph in a press release. There seem to be lots of the new pound coins minted without the Privy mark, so it points to it not being part of the set, because the Privy mark is what separated them in 2023 from the ones that went into circulation. And then whilst we've been and other people have been at the Royal Mint, they've also confirmed that the 20p, 10p, 5p, 2p and 1p, 1 penny I should say, have all been minted for circulation as well. The only one that is left as an unknown is the £2 so far, but again, that's not the same as mintage figures are out, or indicative mintage figures have been given for them. We will still have to wait probably towards the end of the year to find out exactly how many of each denomination and which denominations were circulated. But Grosey, you've been listening out on the streets, have you?
Well, I've heard rumours from several sources. Whether they are reliable sources or not, I don't know. But I've heard from multiple sources that the mintage figure that is supposedly the mintage figure for the salmon is 500,000.
Wow, that would be low.
That is what I've heard in terms of unofficially on social media, etc., from a couple of different places. Okay. And what makes me think there might be some substance to it is I've heard it from 2 different channels as well. So social media channels. I'm not going to say who, but yeah. So that may be the case, and it makes sense if there's no demand for 50p's, but they're obviously just forcing them through the system because they're new definitives, etc. It's of public interest.
That would be interesting. I mean, whereabouts would that rank in the top rarest 50p's then?
It'd be 3rd, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
3rd, EU presidency, Kew Gardens, and then that'd be it.
Yeah. So if we ignore the EU presidency because it's no longer an actively circulated coin, 2nd rarest 50p. Wow.
But I wonder whether it would end up being like the 2017 Shield, where people just don't look at it. But surely people would notice it.
That is something I put some thought into for a video with the Britannia Coin Company. If any of the definitives do end up being low minted, they're still not as exciting as a commemorative of the low mintage, because my opinion is because the definitives are minted usually in larger numbers, but definitely over a number of years. Overall, it's a coin you see a lot, so you have to be looking and know that year is one to pick out.
Give it like 10 to 15 years when the salmon is, maybe as common as the Britannia. Well, I don't think it ever will be actually, but
as regular a site you're
Yeah.
used to seeing in your change.
That's it. People will not probably look twice at especially checking the dates when there's loads more dates that are really, really common. And it becomes just that year that's low minted as opposed to the whole design itself. I reckon that will probably lose people's interest, but
an interesting point. Because what I heard is that some are going to be very common and others will be very low minted, but I was not told what denominations it was that this particular person who was in the know thought was going to be low minted. So I must admit, my assumption was the £2 will be low minted because we've had so few £2 get minted for circulation or make it out into circulation, and the rest of them probably quite high.
So you've heard from another source as well that there might be a couple of low minted denominations. So
Yeah.
that could tie in nicely with the speculation of 500,000.
Well, I don't know. I
It's still speculation.
I couldn't. I don't know anything more than the next person along about what might be low minted and what might be common. I think it's a bit of a gamble because I've heard that the seal bags of the Atlantic salmons are going for outrageous prices at the moment.
That's what makes me think that. That's what makes me think that they might be low minted because.
Yeah, but you'd always get when a new coin comes out, the people that don't care how much it costs, they just want it. It's new, they want it, and then they want it now.
I've seen the most recent ones on eBay have sold for over £100.
Really, that's what I was referring to them selling for around and above £50. £100 is double what I thought was a crazy price for them.
Sealed bag of salmon, 50p.
That's kind of interesting then.
Sold. Yeah, well, the most recent one sold 4 days ago, and it sold for £88.70.
Okay. So between,
so say like 90, about 90 maybe. Between maybe like 60 and 80, maybe 90 or so.
So this is the point where, excuse me, this is the point where it's a bit of a gamble. You either sell now because if the mintage figures come out and they end up being really highly minted, a really common coin, they will tank in price. But if they end up being 500,000 minted, they'll be selling for more than £80 a sealed bag, I'm sure of it.
See, for me, I again can't see them tanking that much. I reckon it's.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, if the mintage figure comes out and it's 30 million.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean,
that's when it tanks. So
on the basis that, obviously there's no privy mark on it. So again, for the same reason as that uncrowned coronation one, people that have a date run of 50p's and want one without a privy mark are going to have to turn to circulation to get one.
I don't know. I would push back on that purely because if they end up doing 54 million of them, they're not going to retain any value.
No, I'd agree with that. If it's like, if they did like a few million of them, like 2, 3, 4 million of them, but it's, we'll have to see because it still feels like it's a commemorative coin. It doesn't feel like a definitive yet.
Well, yeah, at the moment, but over with time and getting used to it, it'll be the same as it was back in 2008 when the definitives changed over. Although I would again push back on my own opinion that the Britannia £2 coin, for me at least, seems more exciting than a standard definitive coin still. Because again, it's not a coin I see much of. They're over face value. They're keepers. They're more exciting to me than Charles Dickens is.
Oh, £2. I thought you were talking about 50p's. I was like,
oh no, sorry. In my mind, we'd already made that jump. So
I was trying.
You didn't bring your crystal ball to the day's recording, Grosey.
I was trying to be really respectful of you thinking that the Britannia 50p was still interesting.
Well, there we go.
There we go. Yeah. No, I think I know what you mean. The Britannia £2. Yeah, I can see it as people thinking that it's it feels like a commemorative. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I mean, in terms of the last time we recorded, there's not been a whole load of coins being released. We have had the Han Solo and Chewbacca 50p and ounce coins, which neatly finishes off the Star Wars sets. We've got 4 coins in that set. Overall thoughts on the set, Grosey?
Yeah, again, well, I've said much of what I think before, that it would be better if it didn't say Star Wars and it would be better if it didn't have a hologram, but there we go.
Yeah, I like Star Wars, I like coins. The two things coming together is amazing. It is still a bit of a concern that this is the biggest departure from the Romans, what used to be their golden rule of only British things go on British coins, and I worry about what may be in store for us if this is the start of a slippery slope. But I think lots of people have had that opinions, and hopefully the Romans taken that feedback on board, and maybe they will step back more to their traditional roots of what goes on coins.
I submitted some feedback to the Roman the other day.
Oh, did you?
I did.
You care to share anymore, or is that it?
I can share. I'll tell you what. If you want to know, go and watch my part of the video.
Okay, you're gonna. Yeah, I was about to say you've got summarize it in a sentence. Otherwise, we're moving on.
a particular release that occurred in the most recent calendar year, 2023.
Oh, cool. Okay, well, we'll talk about it on your half of the video then.
We can.
The other new release, I don't think it's out yet, but I have had the email to say my money's going to be taken imminently, which is for the third of 6 James Bond coins. So this is the 6 decades of Bond. It should be the 80s Bond next. A series I was surprised at how much I was quite... I liked it. It was with the news coming out about it, I was like, maybe this is one that I need to just miss out on. There's a lot of coins. But I just love the design. I think it's a really, really nice, smart design. I might get a little bit less excited about it because it seems that all 6 coins are going to be very similar sort of designs.
Yeah.
So that might wear off. But no, I did have the one thought about this because I felt it, especially because since we last recorded, I was reflecting on it, having the Star Wars 50p come out, having the James Bond imminently coming out, it would seem that these are all coins I've got on pre-order, which then makes release day not as exciting as it usually is when a new coin comes out, if that makes sense.
I know what you mean, because it's that excitement of having to wake up at 9 a.m. and you refresh the roll.
Some of us already work at 9 a.m, Grosey. But I know you. It's about being there at 9 a.m. to get the coins, like when the Queen died with the memorial coins, having queues of 60,000 people.
It is quite exciting, to be fair. Yeah.
Whereas having all these pre-orders, it's just like, oh yeah, that came out. Oh well, that's on pre-order. That'll turn up in due course.
At some point.
Don't get me wrong. I am very pleased that because I have a memory like a sieve at times, and I don't want to miss out on certain releases. Like for instance, with the dinosaur 50p's, we've got 2 more to come this year, and that's silver proof without colour on it. Having a mintage of 500, I can guarantee within 3 of the coins I would have missed it on one of them, because I'm fairly confident that those 500 mintage will get snapped up with the next 2 releases. But I've got my pre-order in, so I've definitely got it coming. So that is like a weight off my shoulders.
Surely more than 500 people trying to pre-order it though.
Well, they wouldn't have been able to, would they?
That's interesting. Don't know.
Yeah. So I'm sure there must have been maybe there was a soft cap. We will take 250 pre-orders and everyone else has to buy it on the day of release, and we will sell out of the pre-orders at a certain point, because you could just have 500 people pre-order it and then no one else could buy them.
Yeah, that's it.
But no, I was thinking, this got me more thinking about what do we want from 2024 in terms of coins, in terms of coin collecting. I mean, I think what is the top of both of our lists will be the same, wouldn't it, Grosey?
I think so.
As a coin collector,
circulate everything in low numbers.
Well, the low.
Lowish, you know.
I don't mind a mixture of mints. I don't mind if some are higher and some are lower. But the more that are put into circulation, the better. I will 100% agree.
What I meant by lower mintages was mint the same amount of coins that they would have done, but just share that total mintage, say 10 million 50p's, share it amongst all the different designs.
Oh, I see what you mean. So
with lower mintages for each.
Yeah, I guess so. What I thought you meant was specifically have low minted ones.
No,
but
not
like if they mint 60 million coins in the year and some end up at 15 million and some end up at 1 million, you'd still be happy if they were all over the year put into circulation.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Okay, yeah, we're in agreement there. But yes, it's always nice to have a little bit of excitement with a rare coin. And
although having said that, also it is nice to get some really scarce coins. If this salmon becomes scarce, it's the first scarce coin that's been released into circulation for a long time. And I think as much as people moan about how I'd never be able to find it, it keeps it exciting.
That's part of the fun, isn't it?
Yeah,
that is part of the fun.
Exciting.
It's a bit like why I still do the 10p's when so many people have given up on them. It's it's a long hard slog going through a £200 bag to find maybe one coin, and sometimes it's taking 3 attempts to find that one coin. But finding that one coin is a very exciting moment.
I mean, it has got a little bit boring now, whereby every single coin that does get released into circulation, the first 3 or 4 times you find it is exciting. Yeah. And then after that, it's just
5 million.
It just becomes boring. That's
5
it.
million.
It's just top row,
5 million.
as you would say.
5
that's
million.
It.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Again, I think in the US, I'm sure the West Point Mint, before the whole pandemic and lockdowns happened, they were specifically going to be minting low minted coins for circulation, because that does somewhat reinvigorate it. What gets the headlines are Kew Garden, Jemima Puddle Ducks, and then fake news about certain coins being rare and highly valued, and that's what gets more eyes on coin collecting. So I think
I saw some fake news today actually about that. It was something to do with It was something to do with a 50p selling for £250.
There we go.
I can't remember what it was, but yeah, it was fake news.
Yeah. But no, with that being said, I think we've talked enough. We're going to continue the conversation over on Grosey's channel, so do go over and find out what feedback it is Grosey has left at the Royal Mint. But for the time being, we'll return to the coins and see what wonderful coins I found. Well, there we go. Unfortunately, all we're going to find in today's video. No territories, no NIFCs, so this is Grosey's episode to win. It'll be his first win in a long time, assuming he finds something better than me. We've got 3 2017 shields. They are the key date in the shields. And then one 2008 Ironside design, which again is a low mint one to find. I've got 42 ones from the year 2000, which is very nice. That goes towards my world record attempts, but otherwise that's it. As usual, links are in the description to my coin collecting Discord server if you want to come over and join that. There's also links to my social media channels, the PO box address you want to write into, and of course a link to the Britannia Coin Company YouTube channel. That's the company I work for as my day job, so please do check them out as well. As ever, head over to Grosey's half of the video to see the rest of the conversation we had and see what he found in his hunt. But as for me, all it leaves me to do is thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more coins. Bye.